Overfishing. What is it? Overfishing is when fish stocks are exploited or depleted by fishermen, and according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, they estimate that about 70% of the world's fish species are either fully exploited or depleted. In the article Biodiversity by Deborah Miller, unwanted fish caught during the fishing process are known as bycatch, and these fish are usually discarded back into the ocean while dead or dying. This not only depletes their species, but the marine life that eats those fish. In the article Overfishing Threatens the World's Oceans by Ben Carmichael, like a healthy immune system, diversity gives oceans the strength to recover from injury, whether caused by overfishing or pollution. If this diversity is stripped by overfishing, our oceans will reach their end. What is an organization that combats this? According to the organization Sea Shepherd, combating illegal and unreported and unregulated fishing is an international priority. IUU fishing contributes to the overfishing of stocks around the globe by circumventing existing management systems and undermining the sustainability of all fisheries, the communities that depend on them, and food security. According to Sea Shepherd's Michaela Tompkins, international laws and agreements exist to protect ocean wildlife and marine habitats, but are extremely difficult to enforce. Therefore, Sea Shepherd is working with small third world countries to start slowly enforcing these rules and regulations a little more. Sea Shepherd has its main focus on Africa because more than 50% of the fisheries resources in the stretch of the coast ranging from Senegal to Nigeria alone have already been overfished, because these coastal countries depend on 60% of their protein coming from the fish. These countries are too poor to afford their own patrol vessels, so therefore they need Sea Shepherd there to slowly help enforce their rules and regulations. Considering the vastness of the oceans, Sea Shepherd's strategy to combat IUU fishing is to identify key areas of biodiversity and places where long-term partnerships with governments can aid ecosystem resilience. And with this, our oceans can slowly recover from being depleted or exploited. What are the next steps? According to the NRDC, the United States is also a top seafood importer. This unique position allows us to influence global practices. We consume close to 5 billion pounds of seafood every year, which of 90% of it is imported. With tight traceability on our seafood, our country can prevent us from consuming illegal products. We're going to go so far when it comes to stopping overfishing. Most of the action has to be taken by the consumer, because that's the main reason why governments buy and countries fish. The consumer must buy only fish that is cleared and proved to be from a sustainable and unexploited source. In these critical times, fish purchase should be limited altogether so that we don't deplete our oceans. According to the NRDC, the United States is a global leader in sustainable fishing, with laws such as the Stevenson Act, which helped some of our most iconic fish and shellfish species, like Atlantic sea scallop and haddock, rebound after chronic overfishing throughout the 1980s and 90s. Unfortunately, the law is currently under attack in Congress. Voters can help protect this law by writing their local Congress representative. Even though we are seeing global progress with the overfishing issue, there is still a massive amount of fisheries out there being depleted or exploited. More consumers and people need to get involved with their governments and organizations to fight overfishing on a global scale, but it all starts in the seafood aisle of your store. Credits. Made with Adobe Spark.